And you say Shot City, the tailgate show, the tailgate show, the tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show, the tailgate show, the tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show, the tailgate show, the tailgate show. And you say Shot City, the tailgate show, the tailgate show, the tailgate show.
What is up? Welcome back for another episode of The Tailgate Show. It's Double A, it's Air Jer, it's Brian Quinn, and I just want to say welcome Deshaun Watson to the fray.
Oh my God.
Known as Bears Twitter. Welcome, welcome,
Deshaun.
Deshaun.
You know what though? Gotta give props to Bears Twitter, man. It was just like all the bullshit going on in the country. Like it was just refreshing and fun today, man. Like who cares? Most likely we're not gonna get him, but God, wouldn't that be sweet? And it was fun. Dudes were we were
right out of the gate
with it. It was cool as fuck though. It was fun, man. Absolutely, we should go after Watson. That's my dude, man. That was my dude out of
Michael
college.
Brown in the chat. Do you think we should go after Watson? Absolutely. Every one of us on this show wanted Deshaun Watson. I thought when they traded up that was why we did it, because that would have made sense, not unlike what we did, which was made no damn sense. Of course, like literally, you do anything you can to get this guy. Like,
And
I don't care how many.
We could have traded back and still drafted him and gained picks.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like, it's so crazy.
What do you give up for a guy like Deshaun Watson? I mean,
I would say two number ones plus a player is the jumping off point.
So
that's the start.
So if they get McDaniels, so they had Cuddy when McDaniels went to Denver. We got Cuddy for Orton and draft picks. I think one other player. So then Mitch and two first rounders. McDaniels would think he can turn Mitch into something, and we're good to go.
Yeah, that's possible. Well, so I think we should go back. I mean, if anybody doesn't know, I can't believe they don't know, but Deshaun Watson is reportedly upset with Houston, and it came out early in the day. Actually, props to Florio. Pro Football Talk actually had it, I believe, before anybody else. And that set Bears Twitter on fire, like immediately, because like a third string cornerback getting cut by somebody sets Bears Twitter on fire. So Bears Twitter's been ablaze.
I was on fire, man. I'm like, ooh, Watson. Okay.
Right. Like, that's just like, and we already had, we had all the pictures with him with the Bears jerseys on deck. Like, this has already been, this has been done. You know what I mean? Like, I have Deshaun Watson pictures in Bears jerseys from 3 years ago. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got receipts on that. So, and then later it comes out that he's upset because the owner said he was going to involve him in the GM and coach hiring process, and they totally did not, because once again they are trying to erect like some sort of edifice to Bill Belichick on another team, as these teams all seem to want to do. It's like, let's get the Patriot way over here. So they hired the director of player personnel for the Patriots, and and then it's of course rumored that it's going to just keep going from there. Not only that, but they gave him like a 6-year contract, paid him the money, and like a day ago, Deshaun Watson tweeted out something that was like, some things never change, and so you don't know what that's about. Is that social justice? Is that, but then you find out, he wanted Eric Bieniemy. They told him he was, going to be important to their whole, program, and they were going to build around him, and this, blah, blah, blah. This guy in the chat says, I don't know what your name is, Flaga Tofale. Bears 4-1 odds, according to Vegas, third best odds to get Deshaun Watson. So he, is now on record, and then everybody went with it. Rappaport, Schefter, everybody, Bleacher Report, everybody's just like, Deshaun wants out, Deshaun wants out. And you knew he was unhappy. I mean, he's been in the pressers, talking about how he's tired of losing. And J.J. Watt's, been outspoken with all of that. So it's a mess in Houston. So it doesn't surprise me that he wants out. But it just puts, we should be thinking about the damn Saints playoff game, right? But this is all I fucking think about.
We do have a playoff game. It is coming.
We do have a playoff game, but could you imagine?
We'll go ahead and play with this. All right, you said 2 firsts and a player. I think we should get a player too, because I get the feeling that one of those players is probably going to be 52, right?
Well, they would like to. I mean, ideally, we need to be able to afford him, right? He's still going to have a pretty high cap hit. I know that they'll probably have to
21.6.
Right, they'll have to eat. They'll have to eat some salary. That's just how it goes when you backload a deal. But the Bears would have a lot of control over him. So
it might be all right.
Right. So my joke was, and everybody thinks I'm damn serious, I was like, send Fuller, Foles, and Robert Quinn to the Texans for J.J. Watt and Deshaun Watson. Who says no? And apparently everybody thought that was real. So it's got like 500 likes and like 90 comments. Like, no, I say no. Like fucking Texans fans are in their feelings right now.
Oh, there are even people like downplaying Watson. Like, no, he's not that good. He's overrated. I'm like,
oh my god, yeah. Like there are seriously like
on that.
There are truthers out there talking shit about Deshaun because he had a bad game against us when he literally was playing with like JV guys. Like, I mean,
I'm hoping Mitch actually did off social media today, though, because can you imagine him seeing this shit like a couple days before a playoff game? This is the shit that's gonna make him be like, fuck Chicago. Like, I'm out. Like, these dudes, like, I mean, people like us and other people on Twitter will literally like replace Mitch with anyone. You know what I mean? Like, not just anyone, but
right. No, absolutely not. This is, I mean, and all these people like hating on the shots. Like, this dude's like nearly, he's on a Hall of Fame trajectory. Like, that's widely recognized. That's not just some hyperbole shit that I'm saying. Like, this is shit that people say about him. He is prolific.
Mm-hmm. Like, he threw for 4,800 yards and 33 touchdowns with
nobody.
Not even an offensive line.
Right. Like, this is what
sadly, at the time. Reality is we actually kind of have an offensive line. We have a running back. And if you do, I mean,
we like what we have at our skill positions, but we've never been able to truly evaluate everybody.
Right.
Bro, can you imagine if we had a quarterback like him who can throw the deep ball like he can throw it? Oh, my Lord. Darnell Mooney would just be like, like, I mean,
I don't get to get killed on.
Anthony Miller would become like, Pro Bowl level. Like, Komet would just be like, freight train.
Everybody would get better from him being on the offense. Everybody,
like, without question. He is Weeder always says that the tide that rises all boats is a quarterback like that.
Exactly.
Like, there's no argument against getting him. Like, nobody rational.
Can we convince Dabo to come out of Clemson?
He didn't do so hot against Ohio State.
I'm just Matt Nagy. I don't know if he did. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about
deal. Mac Nagy, 2 firsts for
right. Well, I'm saying so that it might take somebody with a big salary, somebody with some high value. I mean, I think 2 firsts and Khalil Mack would definitely get it done. Now, people might say that
J.J. Watt back though with that.
I'm also wondering who
they might want to. They might do that just to dump JJ's salary, but I don't know if we could afford that because we're losing 26 in Mac and getting back. So maybe we might have to send Quinn in the deal.
I'm wondering what the other teams in those odds are ahead of us, though, because one of them has to be Atlanta. He's from Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, there's, that would be a thing. I don't think that Nick and Allen Robinson, but
we kind of need A-Rob at that
Texans
point.
The Texans would have to franchise Robinson. Somebody said send Foles and Allen Robinson for Watson. That's kind of like
to A-Rob, man. Like he's been waiting for a quarterback like this. That's when we need A-Rob here when we get.
I still maintain that they're going to go the transition tag route.
Can you imagine that for Robinson though? Hypothetical here, like Bears get Watson and send him shipping the who the hell knows.
Yo, I mean, he would just be
Quarterback's
like,
being
"Oh
used
my
like,
god!" Like
come
I
on, you
can't
can't do that
believe
to
my
him.
life. Like I wouldn't even report. I would be like, "Fuck this." Like who even knows? I mean, who's Houston's backup is like AJ McCarron.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's like most famous for his hot girlfriend. Like that's his claim to fame.
Alabama QB.
Well, yes, but that's like literally the most famous thing he's ever done is have a hot girlfriend who got smashed on by what's his face, Pat O'Brien. Like
Alabama QB
cameraman couldn't get off of her. Anyway, it would be insane. We're supposed to be paying attention to a Saints playoff game that it looks like Alvin Kamara is going to play in, according to his Twitter.
Funny how that worked, didn't it?
Yeah.
Michael Thomas too.
Yeah, and Michael Thomas didn't play in the first game. Now
either DeCallaway or shoot.
Yeah.
They have 3 receivers down.
I mean, listen, I don't claim to be
Emmanuel Sanders was out too.
I don't claim to be some sort of DVOA person because I really don't honestly completely understand it. But I was listening to Black and Abdallah today, and Abdallah likes to quote the DVOA shit. And he was saying that the Saints have like a top 3 DVOA defense and like they're top 3 overall. They're 7th in offense and 1st in defense. Like, this is not some bad ragtag team. Now, I know that Breeze is kind of banged up and this and that.
He's not the same Drew Brees that he's been of old. He's just old Drew Brees.
Right, but like bad Drew Brees is better than any Bears quarterback ever. Like,
well, yeah. I mean,
like
setting the bar really.
Yeah, like a down year is what he's doing. He's still killing it by Bears quarterback standards. Now, that doesn't mean that they can't win. That doesn't mean that they can't win. I still think they can win. But let's also go ahead, Brian.
Ryan Pace left New Orleans, and they've gotten deeper and better.
Yeah,
like they're deep, bro. They had the last game they played, their running back room was eliminated. They put Ty Montgomery in at running back. They collectively had 156 yards rushing. It was like their biggest rushing game of the season. They don't care, like injuries, whatever. Next guy up, like that's what they do. Like
right, because they have a real deal system. But then they are really multiple. Like they'll roll out with freaking what's his face, the stupid quarterback, like Taysom Hill. They'll put a whole different offense on the field for Taysom Hill and run that well.
Is he in concussion protocol?
I don't know.
I believe
he's Batman.
I don't know about the injury, but I know he's injured. I didn't know if it was concussion or not.
Yeah, so I mean, it's gonna be a tough game. Like, and the thing that makes it absolutely insanely tougher is that I have a hard time seeing Roquan Smith playing in this game. And that's just gonna be brutal. Like, I mean, I'm a big Josh Woods denigrator, and I've barely even seen dude play, but after seeing him play a little bit, oh my God, like, I know he hasn't gotten a lot of reps. I'm sure he was good in college, but it's just too fast for him right now. Like, getting thrown in at middle linebacker in the NFL is almost as crazy as getting thrown in at quarterback.
And sadly, you can't put Trevathan there because he's
too slow.
Kamara and Murray, like, no Roquan.
Yeah, like that's going to be brutal. They're going to slant us to death. So,
Trotman's been playing well too.
Yeah,
the tight end.
Mm-hmm. It's just, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's a hard cover for our linebackers, obviously. But how do you help your coverage units? You get a pass rush. We're playing on turf, so Robert Quinn's drop should be okay.
Did they ask Pagano if he had any bullets left in the chamber after last week? Because he was supposed to empty them all. So
yeah,
we're in trouble there.
The thing is, I know they have to get pressure, but Breeze gets rid of the ball so fast. Like, and I mean, in the last game, they played pretty well, and Breeze was making like weird, like from his chest, like push pass. Like, I mean, remember that throw? That was ridiculous. Like, I mean, we're acting like Drew Brees.
He's still not healed from those ribs, man.
No, he's not.
That could play really big.
But he can do some things. Jared, act like he's not going to be shot up to hell during that game. They're going to shoot his ass up with all types of stuff so he can play. It's not like he's going to be out there like,
oh yeah, this is right off the sunset, man.
You get that Tyrod Taylor treatment, though.
He's getting cortisone shots. He's wrapped to shit. He's got his flak jacket on. Like, he's fine. Like, I'm not saying that he can't mess with
too, from what I understand. I think this is it for him. I think this is his
off
into the sunset. This dude's putting it all on the line.
If it wasn't that before all this rib stuff, it is now. Like, I mean, the Drew Brees, he's got to be thinking about, his family right now a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, how much more can he really do? Like getting that many. I mean, he basically got like all his ribs broken. Like, I mean, it's crazy that he's even playing. Like, after that, like I thought for sure his season was over and we were going to see some Jameis Winston madness, which they probably would have figured out and made him good. I mean, because Sean Payton's just a beast like that. I mean, that's the thing is that like Nagy continually gets outcoached. He gets outcoached by McVay. He gets outcoached by LaFleur, and he gets outcoached by fucking Sean Payton. And I feel like it happens every damn year. I think we're playing the Saints again next year.
And think about it. We played them in the NFC Championship in 2007, and Breeze was our quarterback and Payton was our coach. Like, think about that longevity, right? Having a franchise quarterback that long.
Bro, we've had like 20 quarterbacks. What the fuck?
It's rough sailing, boys.
I was actually nervous that game too. That offense was dynamic that year. Like, I was like, oh shit. Like,
yeah. And then old Bush did the flip, and that was it. It was a wrap.
Yeah, like that's insane. Like, people that played with Drew Brees are like retired and well into their broadcasting careers. Like, Reggie Bush has been doing College Game Day for a minute, bro. Like, it's not like it's been a while. And then we're thinking back to like when he was on the Saints killing it. Like, those USC days were like, dude, like 20 years ago at this point. And Drew Brees is like, yeah, just chilling.
Yeah, Purdue boy there.
But we got some guys that are going to want revenge games. We got Pace and we got Hicks and Graham. They're all big time revenge games.
Well, and we need to. Speaking of linebackers, like, why the hell isn't Manti Te'o even in the conversation? Like, honestly, and I know that's crazy, but dude started like 50 games. Like, he's actually played in this league.
No, man. The veterans are bringing in. They're not like. I don't get it.
Dude, I don't get it. It's really like I've said this before, but they're on some weird like loyalty cult bullshit. Like, because I don't think there's a chance in hell that Josh Woods doesn't get the start, and he doesn't like deserve the start in any way, shape, or form. But he's gonna get it. Like, I just feel like other teams, if they lost Roquan Smith, other teams would be like picking up whatever linebackers are on the street that have pro experience. You know what I mean? Like, somebody.
The loyalty thing's weird though. Like, how loyal have we been to McManus as an organization, and why the fuck wasn't he out there when Shelley and Screen weren't even like playing that good? McManus has always been solid for us when he comes.
Well, do you see a scenario where they don't even use the linebacker and just run McManus or somebody else in that position, opposite Danny T?
I mean, that would make a lot of sense to go with like a dime, kind of a look, and you just pull the backers. I mean, or just leave one.
Yeah, just run them alone. And
the problem with that is that Alvin Kamara is the ultimate, because you need somebody to tackle him. You know what I mean? Like that. I think they did pretty well, last game, even not facing Michael Thomas. But then Alvin Kamara killed them in the middle of the field, which is what he does to everybody. It's not like the Bears are really special, but
right. If Jalen could go, I wouldn't mind seeing Vildor moved over too.
Yeah, that would be nice. I mean, but that Jalen Johnson did practice. He's listed as limited.
That's something.
But Roquan hasn't practiced. Dude,
we need to get
Roquan's arm flapped around bad. Like
I think that's just coach talk and lip service, just to give him something to look at on tape. I don't think there's any way Roquan plays.
No. I mean, the line is like 10 points. The line has gone to 10 points. Vegas knows Roquan is not playing.
Right. Vegas is right a lot too, guys.
Yeah. There's a reason those casinos are big and shiny. Okay. You know what I mean?
Man, I'm just saying, if you're a bettor, I would throw $15-$20 on the.
I would take the Bears and the points.
Yeah. If we get that $20, maybe that's what we'll do with it.
Yeah. Oh
no, we got the $20 from our boy. I harassed him enough for like 3 days, and I was like, bro, like come correct. And people were hitting him up and retweeting our harassments of Brandon Robinson NFL. So he sent it to me. Decided to call
him. Completely bitching out on it.
Then put it in Vegas, dude.
And what I was gonna do is I was gonna buy like a cameo from that Eagles dude that talks shit to people and have him be like, "Yo, Brandon Robinson, you're corny as fuck." like that's what I was gonna have him do. And that dude costs $55, but it'd be worth it. Because that dude, he goes in from when that Mitch Trubisky one, like he went wild. They didn't tell him to say all that. He just went buck wild. So that would be kind of funny.
You probably get a discount on rap. Does Rappaport do him?
Yeah, he would do it. Actually, I didn't even think of that. That's funny. That's funny as fuck. So anyway, Saints.
Good up front. We got to control the clock like we did against Green Bay and score touchdowns.
That's the thing is it's like all year long this team just can't finish anything.
This defense is a different animal than the Packers, bro. This defense is fast. This defense is tenacious.
Yeah.
We hung with them though. We hung with them last time.
They got better, Jared.
Oh, I don't doubt that, but I'm just saying.
They were out there receiving core, bro.
I know.
So this is going to be a huge test because every time a defense shuts us down, we find out if Nagy can adjust. Because, again, I'm sorry, all you Bears fans that are out there bitching about the game plan and the play calling, no, the defense did that to us because they played cover 2. They were like, fine, you're going to do all these slants and try to get a bunch of yak. We're going to keep everything in front of us, and we're going to stop the run, and you can have all your little dink and dunks. And you know what? They're not going to go for 10 or 15. They're going to go for 5 or 3 or 2. And Bears fans should be very familiar with this style of defense. Lovie Smith ran it for his entire time he was here. And meanwhile, everybody's like, stupid play calling. They were 4 for 5 or 5 of 6 on 4th down, and we're crying about them missing one. Get the fuck out of here! They just didn't finish. That was the deal. The Bears' offense played pretty well. They had a good game plan that they executed pretty well. They just couldn't finish.
They called the same shit they've been calling, and it's cutting half the field away from Mitch and trying to get yak, and it's not going to work against the better teams in the league. It worked against the shit teams.
That and Darnell Mooney's probably knocked.
And that's my fear. Against this defense without Mooney, all they have to do is take away Montgomery, which they're very good at doing, taking away running backs. And if you take out Montgomery and A-Rob, we're done.
I think Miller could have a decent game. I'm not completely saying that everything's cooked if Mooney's out. I'm more concerned about Roquan being out.
When the last time Miller's had an impactful game?
Well, but this is a big moment. If Mooney's out, he's going to get a chance, and let's see if he can take advantage of it. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, he's had some big games in the past. He's capable of it.
Is Wims gonna have a rocky moment too?
Well, yeah, we got to worry about Chauncey Gardner, My Little Pony, bitch ass at this McGee, causing shit, and
maybe it's Riley Ridley time.
I mean, can Mike Furry, Uber coach to the Stars, control his well-disciplined wide receiver unit that everybody's jizzing all over themselves about on Twitter because steroids Matt Nagy, who I think you coined that phrase. That Furry looks like Matt Nagy on steroids. Like
I miss Mike Grill, man.
Yeah, like get out of here with the furry love. All dude does is scream and yell and pump iron and preach. Like, come on. Like
he's going to get a job at Marshall. He was a small time college coach before he got here. It's not like
like get a job at Marshall. Cool. Like what?
On Marshalls?
Yeah, exactly. Like TJ Maxx wasn't hiring, so you went to Marshalls. Like get out of here. Like I'm just saying. Like, people are trying to say.
There's a picture when somebody's name's brought up too.
Oh yeah. Like, look, my buddy Mike Furry. I'm like, fuck out of here. I'm sorry. Like that dude is not impressive to me. The performance of his units, are not impressive to me. Like, and the discipline. I mean, that's your boy Javon Wims trying to say you're lucky to be on the team. Furry, you're lucky you have a fucking job. Get out of here with that.
Well, you don't know with Mooney. He's definitely self-motivated, but they have done a nice job with him. I'm very impressed.
Stop. They haven't done shit. Mooney has done all of it.
What they have.
I will give him credit for being drafted, and whoever drafted him, Pace or whoever, got that accomplished. And now people want to say, well, Furry was banging the table for him. Okay,
coaches do matter in those circumstances, though. I mean, he could have had an impact on him. The guy, you know how hard it's been for guys coming in, getting the route concepts down. Like, Mooney's been pretty damn solid.
What do you think about Bobby Massey? He's healthy now, right?
You can't.
Well, I don't think he
hasn't had live action, man.
Yeah, you don't break up this group that's been playing together well. You just don't. I mean, I don't think you do it. I mean, remember what happened when
it's good to have him ready though if somebody goes down. Like
yes, but he does not just come back in and start again. I hope. Good Lord, I hope. Because I'm sorry, that would be a mistake. Like Ifeedi's looked okay at tackle, like as good as Massey.
Yeah, at least as good, and with half the penalties.
Yeah, like Massey hasn't been taking reps in this offense since the beginning of the year. Like it would be like when they brought back Kyle Long in that playoff game,
which is totally Bears,
which they shouldn't have fucking done. Right, and that's what I'm saying is it's like it'll be more weird loyalty shit if they do bring him back. Like it's like, oh, Bobby Massey, we defer to you. Even though, as I mentioned last week, Jermaine Ifedi's like top in the team on the team in snaps this year. Dude played like over 900 snaps for us.
I mean, all in all, he's played really well at that tackle spot, and I think there's your first cut off the offensive line. It's Bobby Massey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because of the salary issue, too.
Because of salary and health.
Well, and listen, like, you have to give Pace some credit because we're in a stage now where we sign a lot of guys on little short-term deals, and they all get picked up by somebody else, and then they all continue to play well. Like, we're like that reclamation team,
right?
And that I mean, there's something to be said for that, like it's a different thing than used to happen in the past. I mean, I wish we could hold on to some of these dudes that we've sort of taken off of the scrap heap or found, wherever. Like, and I think they will with dudes like Brent Urban. I just hope that they don't lose guys. But I could definitely see, and I've said this before, like I could definitely see a hard cut of Hakeem coming, and them trying to sell us Mario Edwards and John Jenkins and Brent Urban instead of Hakeem, because
you might not. I mean, if Deshaun is realistic, I wouldn't just let Hakeem walk. You build him into that trade.
Yeah. I don't know. That's. I mean, I just think that could be happening anyway. But you have to give Pace some credit for that. You have to give Pace credit for Mooney. I think there's more good in the Pace column if you can somehow separate. If you can somehow separate Mitch. But my biggest issue with Pace continues to be, and our guy Ill Will on Twitter did like a breakdown against some other GMs, and he's talking about hits versus hits and drafts versus drafts. But I think the thing that you have to throw in there is that Pace continues to overspend for people. So if you're going to judge Miller, you have to judge him for the picks that it took to move up to get him. Same thing with Mitch, same thing with Montgomery, same thing with Floyd.
My biggest problem with Pace is you drafted White, you fucking blew it. We had to get A-Rob in here to cover that throw money at it. Right. Leonard Floyd didn't develop. You had to bring in Mack. You had to throw money at it. And then you double down. You let Floyd walk and bring in Quinn, throw more money at it. Yep. This is what Pace does. Freaking Graham is because of Shaheen not panning out.
Yep.
Anthony Miller.
Burton was because of Shaheen not panning out too.
Anthony Miller gave up draft capital to move up again.
Yep.
It's just like it's constant, man. Like I get he hasn't been horrible, but he's made moves that have set us back as a franchise. Kevin White was doing, and we don't talk White because this set us the
right. I mean, Trubisky could be Deshaun Watson and Kamara. Realistically, that could be the case. Like, that's just so insane.
Floyd could have. I mean? Was it Floyd? No, Kevin White. We drafted before Todd Gurley went. Man, I would have loved Gurley for those years.
Yeah, but Gurley's kind of fizzled out, though.
Probably. He's still playing pretty well in Atlanta.
You telling me you would rather have Gurley those years than Jordan Howard?
That guy. I mean, some of the years he put up, Bears fans would be quite happy with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, man. I'd be fine to move on from Pace, to be honest.
I just don't think it's going to happen. I think the family loves him. I think I said this before. I could definitely see a scenario where they promote Champ Kelly and Ryan Pace. Ted Phillips resigns. They promote. Now, if the Broncos really want him, the Bears get 2 third-round picks out of it. From some diversity training hiring initiative or diversity hiring initiative thing. So that could be an angle, but I could definitely see Pace getting promoted, Champ Kelly getting promoted, and then they go from there.
Depends
what the relationship's like. If they don't find the scenes jive, why would he want to do that?
Well, Don Fangio would he even entertain that?
What?
You're talking about Denver, right?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the Bears. I'm talking about Pace getting promoted and Champ Kelly getting promoted in-house. So Pace goes to president, Champ Kelly goes to the Bears GM.
Okay.
But the Broncos they requested to interview Champ Kelly for their GM position because Elway promoted himself to president.
Right. Well, he's worked with Fangio before too, so that does make sense.
Right, and I'm sure they asked him. So that I think that could go either way. I just don't see Pace or Nagy really getting fired after this season. I'm just praying that there is some sort of like shuffling of,
especially if somehow they pull the miracle on Nickelodeon Sunday.
Yeah,
what was that?
The Nickelodeon thing?
Pants and it was crazy.
I don't know. I don't know what that is. I mean, the NFL's just trying different stuff, I guess. I mean, you've seen lots of different outlets purchase NFL content.
It's what it is. It's a feature on Madden that you can play like almost like the new Madden. You can play like a Sandlot style game, and they just added a SpongeBob deal to it, like different stadium, different uniforms and shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. Maybe some kids will
talking
watch
about the TV presentation or the Madden shit that they released tonight?
Both. Yeah, you showed me the Madden stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'll be kind of cool. I mean, I think
for the kids. You need the young generation to.
Yeah, more people are probably going to watch it to like comment on it.
I mean, if it's a blowout in the first half, I might watch it just to.
Yeah, just for something different, right? Yeah, like flipping over to Puppy Bowl and shit.
Yeah,
Back the bowl and just watch some SpongeBob Bears.
Right, exactly. Hey, it's Mitch Trubisky. Ah!
If they bring in
Somebody
Ren,
needs-
I hope they're
somebody-
bringing Ren and Stimpy, man.
Somebody needs to get Patrick Starr in a Bears visor and a Denny's menu.
There you go.
I want the halftime show to at least be like happy, happy, joy, joy.
Well, and the other thing too is that like every Bears Twitter and Bears Nation is so caught up with who's calling the plays. Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, I was a coach for once. I care.
Yeah, right, yeah. Get no respect. I could call the plays from a back of a gum wrapper. You know, like fucking.
That's a gimmick.
Right, but I'm just saying, like,
Gimmicks never lie.
who fucking cares who is calling the plays if they win? I don't give a shit if Dave Ragone is calling the plays from his CNC. Like, if they win, I don't fucking care.
The receiver goes.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I like for real. I don't give a fuck. Why does everybody so obsessed with this? And I know why, but like, who cares if it's working? You think Nagy's ever gonna like completely divorce himself from all of that? He doesn't even know how, bro. Like I said last week, he's not gonna stand there like Romeo Cornell, looking like a fucking statue or a suit of armor, just standing there.
I mean, it's a little bit important to know, though, in the finding out, like, because Nagy just hasn't been able to get things to work. If somebody else is the one making this work, I think it's good to know.
You gonna hire Bill Lazor as your next coach? I mean, Pagano's fucked himself out of town.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying like it's good to know who's calling plays just from the aspect. Nagy, it didn't work for a long time.
Right,
So,
but what we're trying to see is if Nagy can become a CEO type of coach. People, can he become Tomlin or whatnot? So I just think he still gets credit to some degree for what's happening. Now he also should get blame for what happened. And this week in his presser, he's acting like this dude is like so glass half full. It's just stupid sometimes. Like he literally is acting like the 6-game losing streak is some kind of, virus that they all caught and they had to fight through. And like, it's like, yeah, I guess that's true to some degree, but it's like, you did that. You lost those games, bro.
There's sometimes I just can't even listen to. I didn't listen to the pressers this week because it's just it's all the same shit. I mean, he says a lot more. I mean, Lovey was dry as fuck, man.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be like, Rex is our quarterback. We're running off the bus every week. Like,
speaking of which, speaking of old coaches, we had Cairo Santos win Special Teams Player of the Month.
Hey, Carlos!
Woo! Actually, low-key, Cairo is our MVP this season, but
it's not even close.
As is, our want. His name is Carlos Santos. Why? Because of John Fox. But somehow there's some people out there that don't remember why he's called that. So I dug up the little clip from the John Fox era, so you can see and we can remember what a little John Fox presser was like.
And Carlos Santos did tweak his groin a little bit. That's why we went with our punter. He did the kickoffs. Pat O'Donnell handled that, and we were available for kicks, but just short kicks. It was a little bit of a range issue, but didn't come to fruition.
Wow,
dude, he doesn't even know who the punter is.
Carlos Santos.
We had to go to the punter. I had a monkey when I was a kid.
It's crazy, man.
You remember that guy? Oh my!
I'm just saying, people get annoyed with Nagy.
Nagy. I'll take Nagy and his word salad every day.
The thing I got to give Nagy credit for, and I know it's frustrating, and I know this team's frustrating, but he keeps the locker room in pretty damn good shape.
Right. Again, I give the players credit for that about 50%.
It works both ways, though. They're the guys that brought the players in, how to buy into this.
Yes, agreed. Agreed. And certainly these days there's plenty of outlets for players to, cause. I mean, it doesn't take much.
I'm not trying to give him like the media good guy of the year award or anything.
No.
Oh, boy.
No.
Is that really
That's
true?
Mitch. That was Mitch. Yes, they give that out. The good guy year
Chicago
award.
media. Yeah, it's like
all the teams do it.
It's like a Chicago daytime Emmy, right?
Yeah, well, it's like we were dicks to you and you stood up in our face. They gave it to Mitch this year, and that's legit.
Yeah.
I mean, you say what you want about Mitch. When after he got benched, I still can't believe he came to the presser in his backpack after he got benched. I was like, damn, that's stones. Like, I don't know if he's just too stupid to not go. I think that's probably about 25% of it. But the rest of it is like shit. Like, this dude is stand up.
Yeah.
I got some bold predictions later. This just popped in my head. But okay.
No, we're taking segments now.
No, I got some questions. I got some
questions.
Well, not like that.
No, I know.
But I got some questions for you guys. This matchup, right? Who has the better QB?
What?
Who has the better QB in this matchup?
Between who?
The Saints and the Bears.
We got two better quarterbacks.
Yeah, every quarterback on their roster is better than every quarterback on our roster.
Who has the better running back?
Every running back on their roster is better than every running back on our roster.
I wouldn't go
that Montgomery's no slouch, but he's not Kamara.
So who has a better defense?
They do.
Who has a better coach?
They do.
Jesus
Who has
Christ.
better wide receiving core?
They do.
I do.
Actually, if Mooney plays, I think the Bears. I would give it to the Bears.
Really?
Because who's after Thomas?
Emmanuel Sanders, dude.
But he hasn't really put up much this year. I mean, I know the name.
He likes Kyle Fuller a lot. I do remember that.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Him and Kyle Fuller got a little.
Fuck! I didn't even think about that wrinkle. God damn it! The Saints are gonna blow us out, aren't they?
Well, the Drew Brees thing is where it gets interesting. Like I said, he doesn't throw the deep ball very well right now.
But they don't have to.
You might. Well, that's how you attack him. You force him to throw deep.
Bro, you just
How do
throw
you
up the,
force
throw
him
up
to
the middle
throw
on
deep?
us. Slant the shit out of us.
That's what they're gonna do. It's gonna be slant to Michael Thomas, and then dump off to Kamara. Slant to Michael Thomas, run up the gut to Kamara, and then it's gonna be, I don't even, it's gonna be
Linebackers looking all confused and shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Pagano not adjusting and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, do you remember when we were ready to give the head coaching job to Pagano? We were so ready to get Nagy out of here. Fuck that. Like, Pagano got to go with his crazy ass.
I mean, if we can just for one game,
cancer.
The things we need to happen just haven't happened consistently all season. We need like Mac to have a game. We need Quinn to have a game. We need Hicks to have a game. Like all three of them.
In the last game, they if they had just squeezed a couple of interceptions,
changes the whole game.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, for whatever reason, we can't finish this year.
No,
just somebody showed a tape of like the, and I've definitely taken lots of shots at Eddie Jackson this year, but he's had so many interceptions that were either he just couldn't catch or, obviously the touchdowns called back on questionable calls.
If almost picks don't count for truthers, then almost interceptions for Eddie don't.
No, they don't. But I just think it is. I just think it is crazy how close these games and every damn game in the NFL actually is.
If you want to have that Nagy view that you're having right now with the glass half full, we were in the red zone 3 times and we couldn't punch it in. Now you punch it in those 3 times against Green Bay, we're talking about a different ball game.
Right.
Our red zone offense, man. If God, it needs to get better.
Right, but that's the way they're going to play us. They're going to play us just like the Packers did. And
Mitch Trubisky needs to make better decisions in the red zone.
But
don't throw the stupid pass to Robinson. Tuck it and run. This is where it's got to be this week.
But the Saints red zone
run.
the Saints' red zone defense has struggled. That's the thing. They are a good defense,
If we
but the
get
red
there.
zone defense. So we need to. If we get there, we need to freaking capitalize.
Absolutely.
Well, that's the thing is it's like, you know, the only things you should be doing in the red zone is throwing to Jimmy Graham, Allen Robinson, and
Run
I don't-
the ball. Run
maybe
the ball.
run the
David
ball.
Montgomery.
That's it. That's all you should do. Like,
Don't give me Ryan Nall. Don't
no.
you dare.
Get Ryan Nall off the fucking field. Like, don't bring in Cole Kmet to run a sweep. Like, cut that shit out. You know what I mean? And that, you know, that's the thing where I still think, obviously, Nagy has his footprints or his fingerprints all over this shit.
Yeah.
Is these, you know, that type of, you know,
This
he's
is a
still got to
gadget
have
play.
his bullshit, you know? It's like, just stop with that. Like,
Oh, the difference since the last time we played them is our O-line. They have clicked much more. So
yeah.
But did it not start with that game, though, where we put Mustafa in? That's the game that it started.
Was it? Yeah.
So they do have some tape on that.
I thought that Mustafa came in against.
I'm pretty sure he came in against
I don't remember.
New Orleans.
Oh yeah, I don't remember either.
So
But
Mustafa was there. I think Ifedi was still at guard and Coward was still at tackle. They weren't playing guards. And then
Yeah.
I think somehow it all got jumbled in that game.
it's gonna be crazy. Like I'm like, some part of me is like, I can't even believe that they're actually in the playoffs. Like, this season is so weird, and I'm like, this is really gonna be a playoff game.
It's weird enough that they might actually win.
Yeah, I mean, they got to bring if they can bring out that beast. If you're talking like Hicks, Bilal, Quinn, Mack, if those four are putting in work,
Mm-hmm.
it changes everything.
Yes, it does. And you got to
And
have.
we have the talent. The talent just hasn't done that like consistently. Like,
Well, Alex Brown was on a show this week talking about how they went to Seattle to face a 7-9 Seahawks team, and that was the beast mode game.
Yeah.
That was the HMD All-Star #1.
Yep. Yeah.
It can happen, man.
Oh, it can happen, and the Saints, you know, obviously have a lot of talent. They've played very well.
they're one of the most complete teams in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
kind of, but it's the NFC. Where's your gauge at there? I mean,
I said in the
Yeah.
league.
Just like yeah, but I don't. Just
Both
like
sides of the
every
ball.
other team, just like every other team in the NFC, they haven't played anybody.
let's find out.
Like the Bears overall of the teams remaining have the hardest strength of schedule.
They went undefeated in their division. I know that.
Right, of course. I mean, they won what, 11 games, 12 games.
Mhm.
I mean,
They're
I
good.
mean, and they did it in different ways. You know, they had no breeze for a
That's
while.
the thing, man.
The Eagles did beat them. The Eagles beat them 24-21. And guess how they did it? With a running quarterback.
Right, running
Yeah,
the
but
ball.
they have a quarterback.
That might have been Taysom. That might have been Taysom Hill.
Yeah,
I mean, the Falcons played him to 5.
bro. They've been Jer. They have dealt with crazy injuries all over the place. COVID bullshit. Like,
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just looking at it. They lost to the Packers by 7. They beat the Bucks, which we beat the Bucks.
They
lost to
stomped
the
out the
Raiders.
Bucks. You know, they stomped out the Bucks 38-3. They didn't just beat them.
The Lions played them to 6. I mean,
Like, they got 3 interceptions against Tom Brady. Now, I know Tom was still trying to figure out
they had
his.
5 interceptions last week.
yeah. Right.
Bro, this might be a flaming train wreck.
It could be.
I'm trying to believe that like, the only things I can really
I want to be
believe in-
wrong on this one so bad.
Yeah.
I do.
But
man.
the only ideas that I can honestly like really believe in are that they run the ball and David Montgomery has a big day and that the defense finally fucking shows up. I just can't. I'm
For-
sorry. I
For 4 more
cannot
days.
I cannot get my brain to actualize thoughts of Mitch Trubisky having a dominant performance against the Saints.
It's like the Green Bay. It's like the Green. We're coming off a Green Bay game that we thought all these same things too. We need everybody to step up, and you were playing for your playoff life in that game, and that's
that was
what
a
we laid out
play-in
there.
game.
It was,
and they shit the bed.
Yeah.
That's so
well, there's a lot of
just,
doubt, man. I want them. Of course, you want them to go out and do their fucking thing, but I just don't. I'm not feeling that they're going to do that. I want them to real bad, man. But like, I'm not picking them this game. I'm not.
I mean, realistically, the defense has only quote unquote done their thing one time this year against Tampa, right?
Yeah.
Have they really had
It
another?
started on a Kyle Fuller hit.
Yeah,
They've done enough. I mean, there were several games where they played. We should have won because of how they held the other offense out of the end zone.
yeah, but they haven't any like big statement games.
Well, that's partly Pagano for the. I mean, there's a lot of games where the offense wasn't getting going, so they couldn't be over aggressive. And then when we finally played with the lead, it wasn't super aggressive anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Some of that I got. I mean, granted, what is it? With Goldman was playing probably 30%. We weren't in 3-4 all the time, but that does make a difference. And I'm not making excuses. It's just what facts are. We can't run the defense with Goldman out. That it's a huge impact on how we run things.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have any foreseen? Has the great Karnak come to you and said, "This is what I see for this game"? Do you have any bold? Maybe.
Yeah, you got anything bold? You got any out there predictions?
Here we go.
Bold prediction. Here it is. Foles comes in because Mitch isn't playing very well in the first half. Foles comes in, game on the line, tells Anthony Miller to go to the A. Story legends are made of, like he did in Detroit. Remember we were riding that shit. We're like, yo, we got a quarterback now. Did you see that? He told Miller to go to the I and Lions or whatever the hell it was. Like, Mitch would never. We got so high on that shit. Oh man, like yeah, that's how it's gonna go down. Foles is gonna come in. Foles magic. Go to the A, Anthony.
Bro.
Now are you being serious? No.
It's more likely
you
that
said bold. You said bold, man.
it's more likely is that we knock Drew Brees out of the game and Jameis Winston comes in and busts our ass.
Oh.
Three pick sixes.
Eats a W on us.
That's terrible. I think Cole Kmet gets a touchdown this week.
Yeah, pretty bold, Jared.
Hey, with our offense, it is.
No, well then let's go predictions. What's your score prediction, Jared?
Oh, well, shit, I haven't got that far.
Well, we're doing it.
So we're 10.5-point dogs, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Saints 31, Bears 22.
Okay. Brian?
We cover.
Nice.
Saints 35, Bears 21 because we score some points in garbage time.
I think that it is Saints 27, Bears 25.
Ooh. Calling for a close one, huh?
Calling for a heartbreaker, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think I feel like Mitch is going to be driving and throw a pick, or God forbid Cairo Santos misses a kick, or something dramatic is going to happen at the end that's going to piss us all off and make us feel like overly invested in this fucking basically mediocre team. Like. That they just keep putting this team on national television. Like this is like that. It's like a free national television game, but it doesn't feel like. I don't know. I'm not sure if it feels like the playoffs.
This is a weird year. It's got no feeling like 2018. Right?
This troll in the chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's because I don't like using Visine, so I just put the shades on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Sometimes you don't want everybody to see.
You know what I mean?
He's already blocked, so don't worry about that. I'm just saying, like, it doesn't feel like the playoffs to me. Like, and like you said, Jared, this year's been so weird. There's been no momentum to it. It's been like 3 seasons of COVID shit, all that stuff. Like, it doesn't feel like we built to anything. It just got their ass kicked. Like, so it doesn't feel like, we just won. We're headed to the playoffs on the surge of this win. Like, Mitch Trubisky's like, oh, I don't think anybody took us seriously in the second half of the season. Bro, they were 3-5 in the second half of the season, right?
Something like that, yeah.
We have the talent to pull this off. We just need the talent to all show up on the same day.
The drop gotta be not droppy.
Yeah, we need the 2018 defense to come back.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean?
Just make a couple of fucking plays. Khalil Mack show up. Khalil Mack was talking about how they feel disrespected. Well, you've been disrespected.
Well,
you guys have disrespected yourselves. Khalil still played well by all the metrics, but he hasn't played up to the standard. It's like, bro, you set the standard. You got paid out the frame. You showed us that you could be Superman. Like, we expect that shit now. Sorry. Like,
well, Robert Quinn's even more disappointing though, because you're playing with Matt getting all that attention. Like, dude, fuck you. Like, come on, man.
I just don't understand why do we
have a game, bro? Have a game. Like, have a multiple sack game.
Right. If you're gonna pay these defensive guys like quarterbacks, then you can hold them to the same performance standard of quarterbacks. And yes, it's not the same because they don't always get the ball in their hands. The quarterback has the ball in their hands. It's not a perfect analogy, but if Tom Brady shows you that he can throw 4 touchdowns consistently a game, you're going to expect that from him. So when Khalil Mack shows us that he can do these hugely impactful things to change a game, well, guess what? We fucking expect that from you, man. Like, tough. Sorry, you got paid. This is what you get paid for. You don't get paid to be average. You don't get paid to be number 2. And I know he's very hard on himself, but I've seen lots of defensive guys saying a lot of shit, trying to act like that's just gonna, conjure up some performance that they haven't put together. But I'm yet to see, anybody put it on the field except for Roquan. A lot of talking, right? A lot of we've got to this and we've got to that, but it's like, well, okay, put it up or shut up, man. Like, the offense starts playing well and you fucks go into the tank. Like, you let Detroit come back on you. Like, come on.
I don't know. Did you guys watch any of the last Saints game? I went back and watched it. That kid Hendrickson,
yeah,
beast. He's got like 13.5 sacks this year.
Yeah, they have players.
Not Marcus Davenport.
No,
Marcus Davenport isn't like a off the edge superstar. That's interesting.
Yeah. There are a lot of Marcus Davenport fans out there, weren't there?
Yeah,
People.
Something lied there.
Yeah, exactly. Whoops. There were lies told by the tape.
Wasn't that the Quentin Nelson draft?
Yeah, Marcus Davenport.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you don't draft a card in the top.
They got. I mean, the Saints just have they're super talented team. They're the second best team in the NFC, in my opinion.
It's an uphill battle. I mean, you got to.
No, you would have told. You would have talked.
Not done all year.
You would have talked to me about this in the beginning of the season. Oh yeah, our defense can hang with anybody.
Right.
We need that defense to show up.
That defense does.
And the consolation prize is facing Aaron Rodgers again in Lambeau. Or not the consolation prize. The prize for winning the game is that.
That'd be awesome.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah, it's hard to beat people 3 times.
You know how bad the Saints fans would just fall off the roof.
They're used to it, though. They were used to it. This happens to them every year.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's the refs or like whatever. I mean, they imagine it's the refs or the Vikings come up with some crazy shit.
If Cousins can do it, why can't we?
Yeah, right. I mean, they can. I just don't. I'm just not like seeing it. I felt more enthusiastic about the idea that the Bears could upset the Packers than I do the Saints at this point. And I don't really know why that is. There's not a great amount of
I don't either.
thought or logic on that. It doesn't really make sense. It's just my feeling.
Doesn't need to make sense. But.
I just felt better. Like I said, I felt like they were riding a wave going into the Packer game.
Absolutely.
And now I don't think they're doing that at all. Like they're paddling back out. And it's
maybe that's what they need. Maybe they need to feel like they should. I don't know.
Maybe I just again like whenever we get beat or something gets figured out, we don't do a great job of adjusting. Like our counter moves, our counter punches are bad.
And I want to be wrong. I really do.
Like, oh my God, I'd love to be wrong.
Yes.
I would love to have another playoff game. I mean, more football. I don't give a shit. Like,
a win against a team like this, if we ball out. Now you got a little more confidence going into Green Bay. We'll see what happens.
Right.
We need at some point, like
I still think
maybe this is the week they all step the fuck up.
Right. If they really got it going in 3 phases, and actually like put it on the Saints.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that'd be something. I mean, shit. Why not? Let's get hyped. I'm ready. I'm always ready to get hyped.
Even though the scoreboard wasn't great, there are some positives you can take away from that Packer game. You had 3 opportunities to take it away from Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't get those that very often. No, you can take that into New Orleans, and now that's with Roquan Smith in the game, for a good portion of it.
Yeah. So again, they had some long drives against the Packers.
Nagy's rubbing off on you, Joe.
The ball, but it's just too little. It's like you could never beat Aaron Rodgers kicking field goals. Just never.
Just saying.
I don't care how much ball control you have on him. If you don't get a touchdown, it doesn't fucking matter because he doesn't need any time. I mean, you saw him on Pat McAfee this week.
Field goal. That's how I felt. I was just like,
Did you hear that?
Did you see Rodgers on Pat McAfee this week talking about the Marquez Valdez-Scantling? He basically. It's good. It's good. It's good stuff.
Completely dodged the delay of game question.
Yeah, but here's the thing about the delay of game, and I'm not trying to defend him, but the delay of game does not happen right when it turns to 0. The way the refs call it is there's a beat. So, because there's actually a second between when it turns to 0 and then it expires. That's
the TV clock and the ref clock aren't always synced up.
Exactly, but the refs are taught to see the 0 and then look at the ball. And if the ball is not snapped after a beat, then they call it. Rodgers is just really good at getting the clock to go all the way down. But what he said was that he caught Quinn and Trevathan talking to each other, didn't know where the fuck they were supposed to be. They were having a miscommunication. He saw they were bringing Shelley on the blitz.
We saw it on TV.
Right. And he basically was just like, no, Aaron Jones, stay outside. And he knew that MVS was going to be on a linebacker, and it was dunzo.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when he sees shit like that, that's the thing is like, he don't miss, bro.
Yeah, but like, MVS dropped a touchdown basically, too.
Right.
True.
Right. And again, for as close as we want to say that game was, it's like, well, if he catches that, how close is it? It's not. Dude was 10 for 10 in the first half with 3 touchdowns. I can't believe we're
defending the fact that game was close because I didn't see that.
Well, that's how low the bar is. Once again,
like we could have, should have, would have, but we didn't.
Yeah, right. We fucking didn't. It's performance based. It's results driven. Like we're trying to award fucking participation trophies to people. It's
almost interception leader. This is where we're at.
Yeah. Oh, the defense has come so close to sacks. We're like the almost sack, almost interception leaders in the clubhouse. Like, you got to dig up some fucking, 10-page statistical report on why Khalil Mack is actually good, even though he doesn't look good. Cool.
Yeah, we should do that, like hand grenade and horseshoe player of the week.
Yeah, exactly. Almost only counts in.
Pony abides with that.
Yes, we should. Let's do that. The hand grenades and horseshoe fucking award goes to the player who almost had a good game.
Why don't we bring back the pony? We'll do it live. Bring back the pony pick'em for the playoffs.
Yeah, I like that.
I killed it last year.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna bring back the pony pick'em. Somebody got to take notes though.
I took Austin's money last year. Thank you.
Yeah, speaking of Austin, he claims he's talking to Mooney on Call of Duty or whatever the fucking Mooney said he's going to play. But we'll see. It's not up to him. He's like Call of Duty buddies with him or whatever.
Let's pick these fucking things then. How about it? On the fly.
Yeah, let's pick them. Here we go.
Welcome to the Pony Picking, boys and girls.
Let me keep track of all of this.
We're waiting on the person. That's the
all right. Saturday, Colts Bills. Colts at Bills.
Buffalo.
The Buffalo is. Are we doing spreads or just pick?
Well, what's the spread?
Just straight up.
6. Buffalo is favored by 6, giving 6.
We'll go straight up.
Okay, I'll take Buffalo.
But I would take Buffalo and give the points and realistically.
Yeah, I'm taking Buffalo.
I think Phillip Rivers is going to throw about 5 interceptions in that game. And one thing you know is if it's close, there's no way that Phillip Rivers is winning that game. Next up, so we all took the Bills, right?
Correct.
Brian's brother would personally come and punch us in the face if we didn't. Shout out to A. Quinn, best logo man in the business.
Yeah,
We're big Bills fan. You know that once the Bears are out, we're all on the Bills train, right? No doubt.
I would like to. Yeah, if the Bears are out, I'd like to see Buffalo do it. I think that.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Next up, Rams, Seahawks. Rams at Seahawks. Seattle is favored by 3.5.
Got Seahawks.
Yeah, Seahawks.
Rams. I'm taking the Rams.
Wow.
Good defense.
Okay,
Leonard Floyd with a sack fumble.
Why are you rooting for that?
The next game.
It'd be so us.
The next game, we don't even know if Goff is going to play. John Wolford's going to do it? No.
John Wolford all day.
The next game is pretty interesting. Buccaneers have to travel to the NFC East winner and play in Washington.
The football team.
Yes, home of the crazy fucking Capitol storming psychopaths.
I just wrote Bucks in for everybody.
No, that's
So
are you really gonna go Riverboat Ron? Come on, man.
I'm taking the well, Tampa is favored by 8, so if I'm betting, I would absolutely take Washington and give me those 8
we're
points.
going straight up.
No, we are, but
yeah,
this is going to be
the one strength that the football team has is their defensive line, and we know how much Tom Brady loves to get hit.
Their whole defense is good. It's not just their defense.
I'll still take Tampa, but I think that game's better than people think.
This is my upset. I'm taking the Washington football team.
Oh, the football team gets the pick.
Yep. I'm going to be so happy to see it. I want to see Tom Brady throwing that tablet.
So what do you guys think about the playoff format? The 3 games on Saturday and the 3 games on Sunday.
I think it sucks for the second seed team. If I was a fan of the Saints, I'd be pissed that we had to play an extra game.
No, he's talking about 3 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday.
As a fan.
Not the extra.
Well, the format, the number 2 seed has to play in the first round now. That sucks for that fan base. I would be pissed.
Yeah.
I kind of, as a fan, I dig it because basically it's 8 hours of football nonstop. Mm-hmm. But like you're saying, if I was I
don't have that time. Shit.
Oh, you make time on that, baby. It's football.
Yeah, I wish.
Saturday and Sunday, 8 hours of football.
Yeah, I can't even get away with that shit. I can't even get away with that shit. I wish.
In a pandemic, kick them out.
Yeah, where are they gonna go? Yeah, that's cool. And then of course you have the Browns and Cleveland. The Browns and the Steelers. Cleveland does not have their coach. Stefanski is not going to be allowed to be there. I do think that's going to be a problem. I cannot quit the Browns. The Browns are a good team, but have had injuries and COVID issues, and I got to pick the Steelers.
Are they going to be healthy? Are they going to have everybody there? Or are they not? Are people missing?
Steelers?
No, Browns.
I don't think they're missing any key players due to COVID. They're just missing their head coach.
Give me the Steelers.
Yeah.
Lock me in the bathroom and let me make a pick.
Whoa.
What about you, Diddy?
Who are you taking here?
I took the Steelers. You taking Rapeless Burger?
Uh-oh. He's thinking about it.
Thinking about taking Baker Cheesecake Factory Mayfield.
Yeah, I'll take the Browns.
Woo! There we go.
I gotta switch it up. Why at least
Yeah,
one?
right. That's why I took the Washington football team, and we got to spice it up.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? You got any shade to throw?
We're all picking the Saints.
Yeah, we all picked the Saints.
Sadly.
You got any shade to throw?
Do I pick the Bears and the pick 'em even though I didn't predict them to win just to toss it up?
No.
No. You got to stand by your prediction.
Yes.
All right.
Integrity.
Anybody got any shade to throw?
I think we've pretty much been throwing shade the whole show.
Yeah, we kind of turned that into the whole show. So
Whoever had something negative to say about Watson,
fuck off with that. People are like, "What was his record?" It's like, well, who did he have? Like, come on! Like, you're crazy if you don't think this dude is good. This is not Jameis Winston's
4,500 plus yards
stats.
would have been a franchise record here. The dude is. I mean,
Touchdowns would have been a record too.
if you tell me that if Deshaun was here, the difference it would make on this team, are you?
People in the same breath can honestly defend Mitch and shit on Deshaun. It's like, what is wrong with you?
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Would you take a player like Josh Woods, who supposedly knows the playbook a little better, but is a little slower, or would you rather have a faster guy who's going to make mistakes but can make up that space with speed, like E.A. Buniwe?
You think E.A. Buniwe is faster than Josh Woods? I don't.
I would assume yes.
I don't think he's faster. Josh Woods is a converted safety. Remember? Like, E.A. Buniwe is this lumbering fucking muscle man. He was fast for a linebacker, but Josh Woods is fast. I just don't. I mean, I don't know if that matters because I saw him just being flat-footed a lot, not knowing what to do.
Right.
So
I guess that answers that. Then.
I had a thought cross my mind, like maybe move like they used to do with Clay in Green Bay, is maybe move Mac around a little bit, but then you're taking his effectiveness off just straight pass rushing. But I think athletically Mac could handle moving in the middle, just to throw shit off a little bit.
I don't even know. I mean, Jalen Johnson might play, so that's at least something. If Deion Bush plays, I think it's what we said. You have to go with that bigger, more dime, bigger nickel type of looks, and you can't have Josh Woods out there that much, or maybe you rotate. I don't know, maybe Mingo. I mean, I think Mingo can play inside a little bit.
Remember Timu? He would just bring him up just to step in, and he would step up. Like,
well, yeah, because
I miss having that kind of guy.
Yeah, but he's getting in at week 15, 16, 17 when the team's already out.
No, who?
Timu?
No, he would step in when guys got injured and shit.
Yeah, I mean, pick on him. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with Kwiatkowski. Kwiatkowski, before he had his big year, was that.
Yeah.
He would come in and everybody would cry, "Oh my God, he can't cover anybody. What the fuck?" And then all of a sudden he became everybody's All-American all of a sudden, right? It's like, according to Bears Twitter, everybody that leaves the Bears becomes an All-Pro, like Bryce Callahan. Fuck out of here with the Bryce Callahan shit. Dude missed a year and a half trying to tell us, like, where's the Cam Meredith lovers? Like, come on.
You're right about him.
Exactly. Like, is anybody mad about Kylie Fitz? No, I don't think so. Like, I mean, who's the other guy that the Cardinals have? Kylie Fitz actually is playing again on the Cardinals, but he's not free. Who's the other dude they got?
He's not playing right now. He's watching.
No, he's not. Right, exactly. Like, I'm just saying, like, Bears fans act like every single player that leaves goes on to this. They doesn't. They don't. Like,
Floyd Hurts.
Who?
Floyd Hurts.
Yeah, I mean, props to him though. Like,
props to him and his coach for putting him in a system that works.
And that was like a weird thing. Like, I didn't look like he was going to get signed by anybody, and then they had an injury, and then they didn't have an injury, or it was like an opt out. They didn't have an opt out, and then the guy came back, and there was even like a chance where it was like, oh, they might not even go through with the Floyd signing, like, and that was with his old position coach Staley. I mean, props to him, man. He's done it, for whatever reason, he, maybe the pressure of playing for his next contract again really motivated him in the right way. I don't know. I mean, dude seemed like a lazy player when he was here. I don't know if he's a bad. No, he seemed like a decent guy. No issues.
As far as schematically, I think he's in a better position.
I just think like he just didn't look like a guy who ever wanted to get his nose in there and really make a play. Like if the play presented itself right in front of him, he was going to make it. But he wasn't one of those guys who's like chasing down from the backside. Like he only played well against the Packers. So, I mean, it sucks to see him do that. It's very Bears. I'm not surprised, but it's like, let's not act like everybody that leaves just goes on. Jordan Howard didn't do shit. Like Mike Davis, okay, that but I think his dad dying really fucked him up, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I think it prevented him from getting into the Nagy loyalty culture cult that you have to be in order to get reps.
Why do you throw up softballs like that? You just throw up those like softballs, loyalty, cultish cult.
Yeah, you know how those things fucking go.
God, I could go on for.
Nagy's got his inner circle DMs that he's fucking. It's like him and Furry and who else? We're going
History of Bears podcast episode coming to you.
Yeah, coming to you in the off season. A full expose.
Which by everybody's account should start next week.
What?
Which by everybody's account, the off season starts next week.
Hopefully not, but man.
Ultimately, like I don't feel as invested as I might normally if we were really in the playoffs, because I feel like we're kind of playing with house money at this point. I've already mentally fired everybody, and so I
just feel like we got like a NIT invitation.
Right. It's like
I don't care how you get there as long as you're there.
Yeah, but I mean, for real though,
That's cute.
Like it's like the play.
Can't win if you don't try.
That's right.
Well, it's like the play-in game, in the MLB. Like now they have those fucking one-game playoffs, and then
the NCAA play-in game.
Yeah, like that shit's not real. It's not real playoffs.
The first four.
Right.
I getting a ball game against the 5-5 fucking team and getting blown out.
Right. Well, it's like I said, the NCAA, the 12. So the 12 beats the 5, and then goes and then all of a sudden, then they're playing, like a 1 seed. That's like it's all over. That's what's most likely to happen.
I want to say thank you, Diddy, for holding back at least half the week on that.
You're welcome.
I know you've been waiting.
Yeah. It does feel like a participation trophy, though. Hopefully, man. Like I said, we step up. We got the talent on defense to do this. Hopefully, it happens, man. But it's the first time I haven't picked them this year, so hopefully, I love being wrong here.
Yeah. I'm hoping for a good game. Hoping for good games. Again, I love to think that this means that we have some answers about things, but I don't really know if we fucking do. I mean, I could tell you, this and that. What do they need to do? This and that. I mean, they gotta be better. Yeah, they just gotta be better. Like, I'm so like, I was listening to Hogan Johns this past weekend. They're like, "Oh, how come Nagy was?" It is like everybody blames Laser or says it's Laser when the plays go good, and then they blame Nagy when the plays go bad. It must be Nagy. Like it's like you don't fucking know. I don't care where you what you think you know, what kind of fucking fake ass tape analyst you are. You don't know what play was called. You don't know what the audibles are. You don't know what the routes were. You don't know dick about. You're just guessing. You might have an educated guess. You might have a somewhat less educated guess. You are fucking guessing as to what they were supposed to do.
You could talk about technique. You talk
Right.
about like if they blew their with their technique, if they blew it or whatever. Yeah, you can go there just by knowing elementary football. But yeah, you don't know. You don't know what was called.
You
don't know if they were
know that. You don't know what's being coached.
right, and you don't know if who's what route was assigned or what like you said, audibles, all that stuff. It all factors in.
I just get so tired of everybody acting like, oh, they should have done this and this. Like, when was the last time the Bears converted that many fourth downs? So nobody ever.
I don't really listen to the shit to get tired of it. So
right, I'm
like
saying
Twitter talk maybe, but.
Nah, it's Twitter talk. It's mostly Twitter talk. It's mostly people fucking popping off, and just. And believe me, we blame Nagy for a lot. But I just think, football is so like such a coordinated effort. So many things have to go right for a play to go right. And it literally is like one guy steps 1 foot one way and it blows the whole play up. And the receiver might have run a perfect route and the quarterback might have been protected and able to throw a great ball, except for the offensive lineman went like this instead of like this. And it was like that was the difference.
That's
in the whole.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying, like, ultimately, like, what do they get? Maybe 5 seconds?
If that. That's why I love sitting in the end zone during a football game. Everything they'll see this giant gaping hole, pause, and they'll run through it, and or it'll close in a heartbeat.
Oh,
the speed of the game is insane, man.
Right.
I mean,
and people play too much fucking Madden, and they think that it's just that easy. You know what I mean?
Madden's so sick, dude. The next gen Madden.
Right. Well, and that's cool, but it's just, it's not that easy. Like the speed is just so ridiculous. Like at most you have 5 fucking seconds.
Right.
Like at most. And we want them to make magic.
So I started playing online. Like my son got the Xbox Series X, so we got Madden, got the next gen Madden, and dude, I went on there online, still got it. Like
Nice.
I love it because like what they do is they quit on you when you start housing their ass.
That's crazy.
People quitting left and right. And I'm old school, man. I'm not like trying to move receivers after the pass. Like I'm just old school Madden player. And you just know certain things that work, and dudes get frustrated.
Right.
It's
That's
fun.
funny.
Graphics are insane now, though, man. Like, ooh.
Yeah. I haven't played Madden since I seriously haven't played Madden for probably 15 years. I have no idea.
Wow.
I franchise draft, so you can start out and just franchise draft the fantasy draft your team. It's dope. So I just build that way. My roster.
And you can play with that team online just against anybody. That's
if you start a league, like they've had that for a while. Like if you have buddies, you can get a league going and you just fantasy draft your rosters. Yeah, you can do that.
Wow, it's crazy. I've had a lot of time to play Madden. I finally get to go back to work this week, and I'm pretty happy about it.
They don't let you cheat anymore, though. Like you used to be able to put I used to put Randy Moss at tight end and just burn linebackers all day. They don't let you fuck around like that anymore.
That's too bad. Well, we're on the precipice of a playoff game, so enjoy it. Like I said, just enjoy the game. That's all. Like, hold off on the judgment and the guillotines and the and everything. Just enjoy the fucking game, and hopefully they win, and then we'll chop up another.
What if they win? Wow.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's gonna be something. If they win convincingly, everything changes. So, let's just hope.
they win unconvincingly, everything changes.
bro, if they, I would love it.
Yeah,
I would love it if they pulled this off. Finally get a
Yeah.
playoff win under our belt. Damn.
Right. That would be a big deal. But anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for.
Did you guys watch? Did you guys watch Cobra Kai yet? Are you caught up?
No, I've not watched it.
I've never seen one episode of it.
I watched the first 2 seasons, but I haven't watched this newest one.
Hey, are you kidding me?
Nope, not kidding you.
You were into Karate Kid?
Yeah, I was. I just haven't watched it. Like,
Bro, you gotta watch it.
I've watched every episode. I've watched everything on Star Wars I could possibly watch this week.
Karate Kid's just like it. Just they mess with your emotions. It's
Mhm.
like Daniel-san.
right.
Come on,
Danielson's
come
kind of a dick.
Yeah, I might check it out at some point.
It's. I mean, it is what it is. I like it. It's kind of. It's easy. It's something easy to watch.
Yeah, mindless.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Lord knows what's going on in the world today. It's pretty fucking hard to watch.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, you had to go through and break down position why the Bears suck and the Saints are awesome. So yeah,
I
There's
didn't
your-
say that it was
There
a
you go.
comparison to who we're playing, man.
Yeah, I mean that's the real. That's the real. I hope
Yeah,
I hope everybody out there is holding strong. Jerry, I know you went through shit.
yeah.
I mean,
well,
shit's real out
let's talk
there.
about it.
You know,
Wanna
we're
talk
just.
about it? I'll talk about it. I had COVID. Tested, lost my smell one day, and I instantly knew because I've got being the dirty hippie that I am at times.
After your first vaccination, too.
After my first vaccination on the 21st, which was
Right.
wild.
So you have
you
no
know,
idea where you got it, right?
no clue. I wear the mask. You know, I've got hand sanitizer in the back seat of my vehicle, so you know if I go in and out, it happened. You know, it just happened.
Mm.
But for the better part of 7 days, I felt like dog, brother.
Yeah.
Dizzy, just not really short of breath, but you can tell that there's something not right, you know. And there's achiness that kind of shoots up and through your spinal cord, and it's just it's wild.
Yeah.
And you don't feel comfortable at all. And the last 3 days, it's been like, bam! I feel alive. I feel
Thank God.
alive.
Thank
You
God,
know,
man.
my
That's
family's
great.
been through it too. You know, my brother's still dealing with it, and my mom's still dealing with it. And the wild thing is that we didn't like do a traditional holiday together. So it just kind of hit us all differently. But yeah, I took a lot of vitamins, vitamin B, C, D. Let's see what else.
Zinc.
Zinc, yeah. And the brain fog is real. I mean, there's some real brain fog that goes with this. And, you know, it sucks. The biggest thing I was worried about was whether I gave it to some of my old people that I take care of. Because for them, it's almost a damn death sentence.
Yeah.
Luckily, so far, so good. I'll be glad to go sit back and see him again, you know.
So what's up? Do you have to start the vaccination process over, or
I
do
do
you
not. I
go
do
get
not.
the
I
second
found-
one and you're all good?
Really?
Yeah, I get
That's what-
the second one and I'm good.
Oh, I thought that everything I heard is if you've had it, you have to wait 90 days.
Well, I called the state and they gave me the directive on it. So
All right, because I just got mine on the 30th, so like that's after what happened to you, man. I'm like now I'm down
You
to
got the-
I'm down to
Yeah,
14.
yeah.
I'm down to 14 days. I'm like trying to and shit's flaring up at my job too. I'm like,
Yikes.
yeah, people are getting it. It's like who's been exposed. I'm like, I'm just trying to stay away from everybody, man. Like I'm trying to get these 14 days down, get my second dose here, and hopefully I'm all good. But yeah, it's man,
I don't know.
it's just wild times, and,
Yeah,
and like
Yeah.
this whole bullshit in Washington, like
Yeah,
it's
I'm not-
tough, man. I'm not gonna get into both sides of things, but like the extreme in this country seem to have they
That was some whole other shit though. Like that shit we've never seen before. Not since the fucking War of 1812. Like fuck those people.
No,
I'm not gonna get on. Like whether what their alignment is and what flags they were flying. I'm not gonna say anything about that. We know what that is. You could see it live on television. But fuck anybody that breaks into the damn Capitol like that. I don't. If they were left, I'd be saying the same thing. Fuck that.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That's what this shit is about. Like you want to go in there and thank God they were able to get the people to safety because some of those dumb motherfuckers would have done something. I mean, this literally we're living the movie Idiocracy right now. This shit is so fucking foul and like just disgraceful. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, what do you fucking say to your kids when some shit like this happens? When these nasty, like, racist, like, dudes have shirts that say fucking 6 million wasn't enough? Fuck these fuckers, bro. Drag these fucks. And now the FBI is like, oh, we need information. You had them in the building and you let them go. Fuck out of here.
Like, I saw videos of cops waving people. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, so all I'm saying is the extreme is sometimes heard the loudest in this country, and it's not a representation of the majority.
It's absolutely
that's what pisses it just pisses me off.
Right. That's what pisses me off, and it should piss you off. And there should be tons of Republicans who are pissed off too. That's just the representation of their party. Like there are. And if you're not pissed off about that, it's like, bro, you look like a bunch of fucking trailer trash fucking losers now. Like as if Trump didn't make your asses look like that already. You look like fucking shit because of these redneck fucks with fucking horns. Are you kidding me?
You see, The Simpsons actually already did that.
No, that's fake. That's yeah, that's fake. Simpsons have had a lot of that shit, but that somebody doctored that.
Yeah, Vikings fans showing up.
Yeah, right. Like, but I mean that shit. Like, you see that shit, and you're just like, is this real? Like, is this even real? Like, I mean, like, it's just unbelievable.
I couldn't believe it when I was seeing the videos. I'm like, what in the fuck? Like, really?
Like, yeah, like how the fuck, and
we're all looking at 2021. Like, yes, maybe we'll have a good year, and then you fucking assholes.
Yeah, well, it's like, the arbitrary flipping of the calendar didn't actually change a bunch of shit. Shocking.
Well. One of the
response. Where was the response by law enforcement?
There was no response. They were fine with it. They were fine with it. It was a sanctioned protest.
Well, no, they got bowled over at the railings, man. They like
a couple of them weren't fine with it. I mean, some Capitol Police person died of getting hit in the head with a fire extinguisher. Some former Air Force woman got shot in the face because she didn't listen and tried to go through a broken glass door to get into the Capitol. I mean, that shit was unbelievable. Like, unfucking believable.
I just hope that we find a place soon where we can all heal. Not just
federally legalized weed. This shit wouldn't be going down.
Yeah, fuck. I mean, put it in the water. I don't know. Like, because I'm just like, it's just desperate times for people right now, and people are out here fucking making social media performance art of everything, and I guess we can't say anything because here we are wearing sunglasses talking about the Bears, but you know what I mean? Like, you got fucking, I mean, people are just out there making a career of acting wild on online because they can instantly go live to, like, it's just like the world we live in is like some weird combination of natural born killers and idiocracy right now.
Natural born idiots.
Yeah, natural born idiots. Exactly. On all sides, and it isn't fucking partisan, bro. There's morons on all sides. Every fucking demographic just out there being fucking idiots.
And this shit didn't even look crazy. Well, certain shots looked like it was crazy packed, but this was like a Southern bus tour came up and they just unloaded on freaking DC.
Right, it was like 200 idiots,
with guns.
Right,
unreal.
It's like I don't like fuck, man. Like, can we just stop it with this shit? Like what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, what the fuck makes you think that that's cool? Like I don't get what your brain is fucking broken, bro. Like if you saw that and you were like, yeah, awesome.
Well, like
you're fucked.
A friend of the show, I'm not going to mention names, but he put something out on Facebook, and it was like, it's like the Jets fans, you lost by 7 million votes, bro. It's like the Jets fans going to the NFL offices saying, why aren't we in the Super Bowl?
Right.
Right.
When then they're saying like,
Well,
oh,
they're talking about the Electoral College, and Rand Paul actually nailed it, a Republican, because why would we want to abolish that? Because that's the only way that we've had Republican electorates.
they'll never win again, bro. Like, are you kidding me? The population centers, which all vote blue, will just crush every year. Like, you're trying to say, like, oh, the left would have done the same thing. No, they didn't. Trump won. He lost the popular vote, and he won the Electoral College, and it was a peaceful transfer of power. People showed up wearing pink hats in fucking Washington.
They did contest the electoral votes, but
yes,
it was done in a legal way, not in a.
It was peaceful on the Washington side, but there were some windows being smashed and people acting up. Like,
but it wasn't anything like this, dude. This is
they were smashing out limo windows and storefronts.
Right. This is like nothing we've ever seen.
Yeah,
like this is some so extra. Like when's
the last time that the Capitol? It was like years and years ago, right?
People were just shot and killed inside the Capitol.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying the last time the Capitol got
1812, War of 1812. Like, whatever. So yeah, I mean, it's not.
Wasn't it?
Huh?
That was our last playoff win.
But you know what? Having said that, man, Bears Twitter came through today just to take my mind off this shit. It was fun as hell.
Yeah, like that's why we, like exactly. Like, I mean, we need distractions right now because honestly, you can't get too bogged down in this shit.
No, like, I'll argue football all day, like the political shit. I just.
It's because it doesn't end up as a debate. It ends up as just a flat out argument most of the time.
Well, I think what makes it
people
worse
take it seriously and try to make it like a political debate. I don't really give a shit. It's not that. It's something fun for me. Football is fun for me. So.
Yeah, like I think it's important to people that like just go outside and get away from being locked in your little bubble.
Stay 6 feet apart.
Yeah, but. I mean, having gone back to work and having, being basically forced to interact with people, it's like you see, we're just people, man. Everybody's dealing with this shit.
They don't represent the majority, bro. I'm hoping like when this pandemic's over, like, and we get to like go back and just appreciate the moments we can share with people, man. Because if you don't appreciate it now, not being able to do things, I can't wait to get back. And you got to just hope we should all be better people from this. Not from what happened in DC,
man.
I'm talking about from the pandemic, like just being able to come back and like chill with people and yeah.
If you don't come out of this like appreciating everything, good God, like you missing the point. So anyway, thanks for listening to us. Thanks for humoring us. If you were bothered,
reality.
Yeah, if you were bothered by the reality, I don't give a fuck. Don't listen. I don't care. That's what's tailgate.
We talk about what we want.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to happen from time to time. We're going to keep it real. We're not beholden to sponsors or networks or fucking maniacal short fucks who are full of shit.
Right.
We're not beholden to any of that. We do whatever the fuck we want. And we say whatever the fuck we want. And that's why we're solo dolo and we do it for the honey, not the money. So it's just another episode of The Tailgate Show.
The Bears.
The upset special.
Let's do it. Why the fuck not?
Why not?
Why not us?